Oh, we started recording already. Didn't even know it. But we are now onto the last movie in the original trilogy.
Yo, back again.
And today, it's Return of the Jedi, released in 1983.
Originally known as Revenge of the Jedi.
It actually was, and then they changed it because why does Luke have a blue lightsaber? Maybe just because I guess you'd expect him to have one, and then when he brings out a green one, you're like, what the fuck? It's green.
Yeah.
Like, we're just looking at the poster here. But, yeah, that's I guess that's the reason for that.
Directed by Richie Rich.
Directed by Richard Marquand. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Nate Marquard's father.
He had also directed the critically acclaimed 1981 drama film Eye of the Needle. Personally, never heard of that myself. And a 1985 thriller.
Jagged Edge.
Bro, he only died. He died in 1987. Only a few years after this movie. What happened to him? Oh.
Stroke. 18 days short of his 50th birthday.
That's
quite sad.
That's unfortunate. But yeah, we got Return of the Jedi, which I think as a kid. What was your favourite Star Wars movie as a kid?
Attack of the Clones.
Okay. But I feel like out of the original trilogy, this probably appeals to kids the most.
Ewoks.
Like the Ewoks and everything, which we'll get to. But anyway, kicks off right after the... No, not right. I don't know how long after it is, really. But it's set on Tatooine, Jabba's palace. Han Solo is frozen on the wall. C-3PO and R2-D2 go in there first for some reason. I guess to just scope the place out. I don't really know why they go in there, but I don't know. The start of the movie kind of just is a bit boring for me. Like... I don't know.
I understand that.
Like, just the shit on Jabba's palace, I think from, like, a production standpoint, like, again, it's like the cantina scene, there's all these aliens and shit, and it looks amazing. Especially Jabba the Hutt, because, I don't think we mentioned this, but in A New Hope, they inserted a deleted scene of him with CG, and it's the worst looking thing I've ever seen in my life. And then here, he's all just, like, a practical design, and it actually... Like, all the practicals always hold up from these movies, which is why they should still use them. But, yeah. So, C-3PO and R2-D2, they go in there themselves, and then Princess Leia goes in, disguised as a bounty hunter, releases Han from his little frozen rectangle, but gets found out about. Luke then goes in as well. So, it's just like going in and out and in and out. But, whatever. And Luke goes in as well, and... is trapped with the Rancor. Jabba the Hutt as Princess Leia dressed up as a slave at the end of a chain.
Sexy.
Which, bondage. And Luke goes to rescue all of them, but is dropped through a trapdoor to the Rancor, which is this massive monster thing where they engage in battle, but Luke is just too strong. Because I don't know how much time has passed since Empire, but you've got to assume that he's done a bit of training because he's like a Jedi in this pretty
master,
much.
Yeah.
As opposed to in Empire when he was really just a trainee, and kills the Rancor with a gate, and they all get taken out to the Sarlacc pit, which is a massive mouth in the ground where they're going to be
vagina.
a fucking beak. Where they're going to be digested over 1,000 years, which, sounds lovely.
Would probably only end up being like 100 years.
I mean,
not even.
Dead
It'd be
after like a week.
A month.
Or, But, they're going to be fed one at a time. Han, Leia, Chewbacca as well, yeah. And
because it's Han that's blind because he gets unfrozen.
When Han gets unfrozen, he's blind. He can't see anything because of the hibernation sickness. Your eyesight will return in time, and they are going to be thrown in. But R2-D2 shoots Luke's green lightsaber from his head. He catches it, and a battle ensues.
Because he does the springboard.
He does the springboard off the diving board, and fights a bunch of random skiff guards. I know what they're called because of Lego Star Wars, and Boba Fett's death. We haven't really talked about him that much because he's pretty much just like another Jango Fett, but he looks like a badass and is pretty much seen as like the ultimate bounty hunter.
Yeah.
And then in Return of the Jedi, he dies
straight
and
away.
it's like Looney Tunes. Like Han Solo can't see, accidentally hits him in the jetpack, and he flies
into the Sarlacc.
And it's just, I guess it was just played for comic relief because they probably didn't know how, like, I don't know how popular Boba Fett was at the time, or if it just became over time, he became more popular, but when you look back, it is one of the most disappointing, I don't know if he is dead though in canon, I don't think he is.
No, I think he survived.
Because in, like, the comics and outside stories and shit, he survives, like, he shoots his way out or something, but, I mean, in the movies, he hasn't appeared again. Apart from the prequels, but yeah, it's just disappointing. Princess Leia chokes Jabba the Hutt with the chain because he's
kinky.
into that kind of thing. No, he dies, and they all escape and live happily ever after. No, they don't, because
Psych.
No, they don't, because they have to defeat the Empire once and for all. Luke goes back to Dagobah to see Yoda, who passes away because Yoda just is. It's kind of just sucks. He's in it for like 30 seconds and dies. It's like it kind of feels a bit pointless, but Yoda he doesn't die. He becomes one with the Force. He becomes a Force,
Which is death.
but your soul, like your spirit, lives on or whatever. And he tells Luke that he has a sister and must fight Vader to become a Jedi.
Is this where Leia uses the Force as well, kind of? Because they talk to each other?
No, that's in the end of Empire.
Is it?
Yeah, when Luke's hanging upside down.
Oh,
from the
yeah,
thing
yeah.
and she's able to like sense him, which again we didn't talk about. But it's fine. And
Oh, we did now.
it's kind of, I find it kind of dumb how like Yoda's like, oh yeah, you must fight Vader to become a Jedi, and it's like in the Empire Strikes Back, he's like, no, you can't fight him, you can't. It's like now he's just changed his mind, I guess. But yeah, and finds out Princess Leia's his sister, which he kissed her. So
They probably did more than kiss.
probably at some point. But and they're pretty much going. They go to the planet of Endor because there's a new Death Star which is half built, and the shield generator is. I think it's the shield generator is placed on Endor, so they would have blow that up to actually be able to attack it. So Han, Luke, Leia, Chewbacca, C3PO and R2-D2 are just on like the battlefield for some reason. I don't really know what the purpose in that was, apart from that they're kind of main characters. But they tag along. At the same time, we're first introduced to the Emperor, who's just like, just such a good character, I reckon. I mean, they had to bring him back because he was so good. And yeah, rise, my friend. Just the voice of the voice of the Emperor, the look of him, just everything is just. It's just such a unique character, I find, and it's sensational, absolutely sensational.
Sensational Sherry.
They come across Ewoks, which are a bit controversial for some people. They're the local inhabitants of this planet, which I think they were originally going to use Wookiees, but then they wanted something more toy-friendly, probably, so they went with
Christmas specials.
Yeah, they went with Ewoks, which were just... They just are, I guess, designed for toys. They're these little bear things. And they kidnap everybody somehow because they do, but then C-3PO is apparently a god because he's a golden man, and they let them all go. And the Ewok stuff is kind of just, it's just there.
It literally just feels like a cash grab.
It really does. And Luke gets a vision, I think, or senses that Darth Vader is nearby. Or he knows he just has to go and face Darth Vader. So he lets himself be captured, at the same time the rest of them go on with the plan to destroy... Captain Rex. What about him?
He's in this.
Is he?
Yeah.
How is he?
He's one of the old mates that... He's got like the white beard. It was made canon.
What?
Yeah, I'll find a picture.
I can't tell if you're joking or you're
No.
telling the truth.
No, genuine.
I'm going to search that right now. Captain Rex,
Return of Jedi. You'll see it. All those spelling errors.
No way.
Yeah, it's actually made canon.
Way.
Dead ass, it's made canon.
Okay, so personally, I've watched some of Rebels. I haven't finished it, but spoilers for Rebels. Captain Rex is some random guy with a white beard in Return of the Jedi. How did you know that?
Because they made it canon ages ago.
Oh, I never. Why is he just
Casual
some?
alert.
He's just some random guy
Casual
though.
alert.
I feel like they looked at some guy in Return of the Jedi with a white beard and were like, yeah, that's Captain
Well, yeah,
Rex.
obviously they didn't make Captain Rex in 1980.
That's fucking hilarious though. But yeah, Luke gives himself up to Darth Vader because he has to fight him and face Emperor Palpo and shit like that.
Oh, I'm afraid the deflector shield will be quite operational when your friends arrive.
And Captain Rex, I guess, along with all the rebels, they eventually able to take out the shield generator along with the help of the Ewoks, who just seem to easily overpower
Which is quite
the
dumb.
stormtroopers that show up, which is, it really is dumb. Oh, we forgot to talk about the speeder chase with
yeah.
Luke and shit, which is right before the Ewoks show up, which that is, I think, the effects in this movie don't hold up as well as the first two, I think. Like, there's a lot of green screen, I think, that just is noticeable, especially with that speeder scene, and it's just, it's still a pretty fun scene, it's just, it doesn't hold up as well as other movies, I think. But yeah, Rex helps them blow up the shield generator, but then there's been, the Empire have showed up with a bunch of stormtroopers and a big battle ensues on Endor. The Ewoks, it's just ridiculous, I think, how they're just killing all these stormtroopers with rocks and shit, and they should have just been blasted straight away.
Yeah.
It would have been satisfying
But
to see them all get mowed down.
Maybe they didn't know.
I don't know, whatever it is, it's a bit silly, but I mean, this movie is made for kids, so I guess you wouldn't care. I mean, I didn't care when I was younger. It's just when you get older, really, it's just a bit silly. But Luke at the same time, he's gone onto the Death Star, he's had himself be given up, and the scenes with Emperor trying to just manipulate him and shit is just, I just love the Emperor. Yeah, all the shit with the Emperor is just absolutely phenomenal. His manipulation, strike me down with your weapon, and I just love doing Emperor impressions. And eventually, Luke and Darth Vader engage in a final showdown where Luke actually overpowers Darth Vader with rage, which is what the Emperor's jacking off to, but then he realises that Darth Vader's just like him with the fake hand. So he regains his Jedi-ness and says he'll never turn to the dark side. Emperor unleashes the Force Lightning. Darth Vader...
I love Force Lightning,
Force Lightning?
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to be in more movies, I reckon, eh?
Force fucking sprints.
Oh, doesn't Snoke use it? I can't remember. Well, we'll get to that. But Emperor unleashes the Force Lightning on Luke, which, again, it's just another thing at the time. You'd be like, fuck, they've got all these sick powers that they're just putting in. That, it would just been another cool wee addition that you weren't expecting. But no, Darth Vader fulfills the prophecy of being the chosen one, bringing balance to the Force by throwing Emperor down the shaft.
Yeah, but will he survive?
I mean, I guess that it didn't really bring balance to the Force if the Emperor appears in Rise of Skywalker. It's just ruined it's ruined every single Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll get to that. And it ends with Darth Vader dies because he's been it is from the electrocution, eh?
Yeah.
He's been electrocuted up.
I mean, he took his mask off as well. I don't know if he can
They
survive
take his
this.
mask off, but that's because he was going to die anyway, and then he's just some old Anakin.
What if he wasn't though, and they just took it off?
Yeah, he thinks he's going to die, but actually wouldn't have. I mean, I think he probably just wanted to die anyway. It's just like,
I know how.
I mean, like, he's not gonna be accepted by the rebels like after he's murdered 1 billion people. But
Lando was.
that's the thing. Like, Lando literally turned on them in Empire Strikes Back. It's like, nah, become a rebel, mate. You know, you're all good.
Yeah.
Like, Han Solo doesn't give a shit that he literally sold him out to Darth Vader.
Because Han Solo was a dodgy bugger.
But anyway, the movie ends with a wee funeral for Darth Vader. Luke set up by himself, and they're celebrating. They're having a wee dance party with the Ewoks. I love the music at the end, not the music from the special edition that I actually liked is the music at the end, because originally it was some other song that I just don't think is as good. I like the
When they're the stormtroopers on like the fire, about to eat them.
and they're using the helmets as like drums and shit. That's funny. And Hayden Christensen is in this movie
Yeah.
as a Force ghost along with Yoda.
Was he even born in 19... What year did this come out?
What year was Hayden born?
He's 38 at the moment.
Hayden Christensen. He was 2.
He was 2.
So he was alive though. Hayden
And yet he
Christensen.
somehow made an appearance in this movie. This shows how talented of an actor he is.
How did they do that? They just knew what he was gonna look like.
I mean, they did it with Captain Rex. So
yeah, and
someone must have travelled back in time.
People
Rex
were
looks scared.
okay. Apparently, yeah. But Han, what am I saying? Anakin. There was
The original Anakin looks fucking weird.
He's just an old guy.
Yeah.
But Anakin, there was a controversial change at the time. They're like, why the fuck have you put Hayden Christensen? George Lucas wanted it to be from the last point that Anakin was a Jedi or last time he was good or something. So that's why they've done that. And yeah, Return of the Jedi I don't think is as good as the previous two. Just because there's a lot of... I just don't think the effects hold up as well. Another Death Star's kind of just like, oh, you know, you've already kind of done that. They didn't really need it again, but...
I think the whole series should have just ended here.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, like, including,
this,
the prequels.
This storyline, I think.
Yeah.
Should but they should. Yeah, we'll get to the Disney trilogy, as I like to call it. But I don't think this holds up as well. Just some of the effects aren't as good. It's a bit too cash grabby. Not the movie, just some of the stuff in it, like the Ewoks especially.
Mainly the Ewoks.
But it's still really good, really enjoyable, just not quite on par with the other two, which isn't really that much of a negative, because they're like the best movies. But yeah, that's Return of the Jedi. It's pretty good. I
mean, I enjoy it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I enjoy all Star Wars movies, except Episode 8.
It's just not as perfect. It's not like, yeah, it's just, yeah, whatever. Return of the Jedi, really good. Always really enjoyed it, and Captain Rex in the movie that's you learn new stuff every day. But yeah,
Did you actually not know that?
no, I did not know that at all. No. Maybe if you let me finish Rebels, I would have known it without
I haven't even watched
spoiling it
Rebels
for
and
me.
I already knew it.
No, I've only watched episodes from Rebels. I don't really mind, but yeah, that's Return of the Jedi. Anything else to add?
No.
In my opinion, we go...
Good story arc ending.
In my opinion, we go drastically downhill from here.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And I really think that should have just ended here. This storyline should have ended here. They should have made original stories, but we'll get more of that when we talk about the newer movies. Yeah. Return of the Jedi, there we go. Anything else? No.
No, catch you on the flip side.
Just like